Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the Orderflow beginners series. So recently on my channel you've been seeing me upload a lot of Orderflow videos, etc., and a lot of you have reached out and they simply just have no clue what this is, what it's supposed to do, how to read it. So what I decided to do was start a beginners series to give you a nice good introduction to Orderflow, how to read the Orderflow chart, how it's helpful, etc. So this series is probably going to be around 5, 6, 7 videos, and I'm going to take you through the absolute basics of Orderflow, and you're going to have a very solid foundation by the end of this series. So before we even get started, make sure that you're subscribing to the channel and turning your notifications on. I'm going to be uploading a series of this every single week. I also have another series which is the Smart Money Refined strategy, and basically these two pair together. So if you haven't watched the other series as well, make sure you add that to your playlist because these two combine very well together. So in the first lesson, we're going to start off and we're going to discuss what Orderflow is, the introduction to Orderflow, etc. So I kind of prepared a little slide right here for you guys that we can go through, just to explain everything very simply. So what is the Orderflow footprints? So as you've seen before, whenever I pull up the Orderflow footprints, you see like multiple different candles with multiple different numbers, etc. And it looks very confusing, and that really isn't. So essentially what the Orderflow footprint chart gives us is the ability to look deep within a candle and see the volume of contracts traded at a certain level. The footprint chart is based on real-time data, so it gives us insight to what the current state of the market is like. Okay, price traded, bid volume, and trade ask volume are the three most important components of Orderflow. When these components are shown in an Orderflow chart, Orderflow traders will be able to detect the market's area of strength and weakness. Every market rises or falls based on the relationship between supply and demand. So to explain this in a very basic manner. So when we're taking a look at the footprint chart, we are taking a look at futures data, and we look at futures data because the futures data is essentially nearly like 95% correlated with Forex data. So whenever we take a look at a futures chart, you can expect there to be the exact same moves on a Forex pair, okay, Forex currency pairs. So that's what we take a look at for our data. And then we are able to look within a candle. Essentially, you're stripping off like the close of the candle to see inside of what it is, because when you take a look at a candle, the only things that you get, the only information that you get is the price, okay, the open of the candle, the close of the candle, it's all just price. And the other bit of information that you get is the time, okay, the time that the candle opened, closed, etc. This is the only information that you get. The Orderflow footprint gives us one step deeper. It lets us see the exact amount of contracts traded on the buy side and the sell side. When I say buy side, sell side, I mean the amount of contracts traded on the bid and the amount of contracts traded on the offer. So this is very important because this gives me ability to be able to see at this moment in time in the market, who is stronger? Are the sellers stronger? Are the buyers stronger? This is very important information, because the problem is with a lot of strategies these days is they are focused on trying to trade the past. They are focused on trying to make predictions on the past, etc., and trying to look at the left too much. Some strategies are too focused on trying to predict the future. But what if we have an ability, what if we have a way to be able to look at the market and trade right in the now? Trade the current market condition. So let's say I'm in a specific point of interest, I'm in an order block, I'm in a supply and demand, or whatever you want to call it. And then I go to my Orderflow footprint chart, and I want to be able to come up with some sort of story. I want to be able to extract some data, some information to tell me what the current market behavior is telling me. Are we strong? Are the buyers strong? Are sellers strong? Etc. And this is the beauty of the Orderflow footprint chart. This is the information that it gives me. So, as I always say, don't judge a book by its cover. The chart, as you can see if I pull it up here, the chart may appear difficult, but if you can master price action, this is twice as easy. The software generally highlights all the majority of the information that you actually need. So any of the information that you need to be looking for, you know, this skill panel, it's highlighted. Any certain high confirmation data that you need to be looking at, it's highlighted by different colors, by boxes, etc. So that's actually the beauty of having this this software essentially that we provide. You can get the software anywhere, of course, but we also have our software. So you can get access to this if you head down into the description down below. This is probably the cheapest software that you're going to find in the industry. These can range from 1K to 5K. We're literally providing this for 350 euro, the software. As I said, you can get it anywhere. There's places where you can get multi-subscriptions. We don't do multi-subscriptions. It's a one-time payment. And the beautiful thing about this is you get access to also my Orderflow training included with this completely for free. So for 350, you get access to the group, to the software and to the order flow training. I mean, you're not gonna get anything like this anywhere else. Okay, so this is where you could get the software down in the description down below. Now I'm gonna skip down. In fact, I'm gonna go here real quick. At this point, you are probably convinced why order flow is a much needed concept. I mean, you've probably seen my other social medias where I'm posting. As I said, you've probably seen my other YouTube videos where I believe that this is such a strong confirmation, etc, etc. So now we're going to go and delve a little bit deeper, and we're going to discuss why I believe and why you probably think it's also a very, very good tool to be using in your trading strategy. So what type of information can we extract from the footprints chart? So there's a multiple things right here. Okay, for example, we have the POC. This shows you the point in the candle where most contracts were traded. Then we have areas of exhaustion, shows you areas in a trend where sellers and buyers are exhausted to predict reversals. Then we have imbalances, shows you areas in a candle where aggressive buyers are overcoming aggressive sellers, or vice versa. And then we also have traps, candles where buyers or sellers get trapped at the bottom or at the top of a move. We're going to discuss pretty much most of these right here in detail in the upcoming videos. Okay, right now I'm just trying to give you a good introduction, just a good outline of what you should be expecting from this order flow footprints. Okay, and essentially this is what the footprint chart looks like. It's as simple as this. It gives me information. As you can see, it gives me numbers on the right, it gives me numbers on the left hand side, it gives me the candle, it gives me the usual, you know, price, and it gives me the time. It gives me information to the delta. This is the statistical panel. Gives me information to the delta. Essentially, the delta is the net difference between the buyers and sellers. It's basically essentially giving me information into who's stronger within a candle. Also gives me information as to the volume within a candle. So you can see the amount of information that we're getting from a candle like this alone. Now, if we look to the top, you can see I'm taking a look at 6B. This is basically the GBP future. So this is where we extract our information from. This 6B future. You can go ahead and you can look at multiple different futures. If I bring up the normal chart, we take a look at the normal chart right here. And we go to 6B. This is the 5 minute, right? Down, up, down. Take a look at the 5 minute on 6B. It's the same thing. All I have to do here, look, down, up, down. The only thing is I just need to refresh this, but I don't have time to do that right now. So down, up, down. So it's correlated. So I'm going to say, for example, let's say we tapped into a point of interest. Okay, let's say we tapped into a point of interest here. And the beauty, let's say this is my supply, whatever. The beauty of the order flow is, instead of me just directly just executing from this zone and taking the sell blindly, I can go to the order flow footprint, pull it up, and then I can try to see if the order flow footprint tells a story. Is it telling me that the buyers are still strong, that they're not really going to give up to the sellers right now, and they're going to keep continuing to push up? So this supply most likely is not going to be respected. Is it telling me that there's a strong surge of sellers stepping into the market right now? It's also going to be able to tell me, is the strength of this actual downtrend strong enough to hold? Or is it this simply just a little move down and then eventually the buyers are going to come step into place? So not only is it helping me with my entries, but can also help me with managing my trades, and then it can also help me with exiting, because maybe I might have a certain take profit at this level, but I see that price is just too weak and it wants to react from this level, so it's not going to hit my initial high right here, so I can get out right here instead of waiting for price to come back and hit my break even. So this is the beauty of the order flow footprints. Now that is pretty much it for the first lesson, guys. A simple introduction into what order flow footprints is, how to use it, and what you can be expecting to learn in the next few videos. So in the next lesson, as I said, we're going to learn about how to read the order flow footprints. Once again, this looks confusing, but I promise you 5 to 6 lessons and you're going to be so happy that you watched this series all the way through to the end. As I said, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications in order to be able to receive the next videos that are about to come out. With that being said, leave a like and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great one. Bye bye.